Happy New Year, everybody. Wow. 2023. Yeah, I don't feel any different. I don't feel any older. Oh, wait, that's birthdays. Right. Never mind. How's it going, everybody? I'm Govier Go Home. And this is the Sunday Brunch Kit Builds. I show up here every Sunday, most Sundays, anyways. And I work on the layout. I work on a kit. We've done the group builds. They're pretty awesome. We'll be doing another one of those real soon. Yeah, we talk trains and whatnot. Today, I've got another little project here. This guy. This is a very fancy locomotive. This is a Bowser FURX, which is First Union Rail. This is a leaser unit. And it's DCC and sound. Very nice. The fact that near the beginning of December, I went to do a running trains live, and for some reason it stopped moving and it started smoking. And I'm like, this isn't a smoke unit. What's it doing? So I went to pick it up and it burnt my finger, and that was fun. So after a month long back and forth with Bowser, Lee from Bowser is great. We did some troubleshooting, and he sent me a replacement motor, which I just got last year. Get it? Because today's the first. Anyways, so I'm gonna take this thing apart. I'm gonna swap it out. This is way above my pay grade, so this is going to be fun for you to watch and interesting for me to do. I got all my swearing out beforehand, so you probably won't hear any of that. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with this. But first off, I want to say hey to everybody in the chat. We had a bunch of early birds like Trek, Brian Ferguson. Hey, Brian. Anthony. How's it going, Anthony? And Sparky, Mr. 107 himself. If you did not catch his Christmas show, go check it out. He's also posted the winners from said Christmas show. And go check that out. Rick. Hey, Rick. Just Rick. Hey, Rick. Brad Strains. How's it going, Brad? Almar. How's it going, Al? And Ben's Trains. And Soar. CN Hagersville Subdivision. How's it going? And New Haven N Scale. OVR Trains. OVR. Woo woo. I'm a bird. Hey, Lauren. How's it going? Well, I know it's not Hilda watching, so it's got to be Lauren. What's going on? Dwight Curley. DK himself is in the chat. How's it going? And yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. So let's hope that 2023 is a lot better than the last several years. So I'm gonna tilt this down. I'm gonna bring it down, and we can watch. I have a very specific process for this. My process is as goes. I'm gonna take it apart piece by piece, hoping for the best the entire time. When I open it up, I'm gonna take a couple of pictures so that if I need to know where something goes, then all I gotta do is refer to the picture, and then it'll be good. So I've got my trusty phone here as well. So if it looks like I'm on my phone, I'm really not. I'm just taking some pictures. I need a cradle. That's what I need. I don't have a cradle. But I'm old school, so do I recommend to do it this way? Probably not. But it's how I'm doing it. So I should have tweezers as well. Where are my tweezers? I feel very unprepared, but that's fine. That's totally fine. There we go. Okay, so now that can come out, and that can come out. So I'm going to put that in there and turn it around. So now from what is going on with this locomotive. So let me tell you a little bit about this. So basically, what it still does versus what it doesn't do. What it does do, it makes sounds. So all the sounds still happen, like the horn and all that. All the lighting features, the thing still lights up, ditch lights and whatnot, which is great. So sound and light work. However, and really that's all it is, by the way. It's just a matter of taking those off and then this comes off. It does not move. So that's sad, but what can you do? So I'm just going to take a quick picture here because this is the front of the locomotive. Okay, there we go. And you'll see, and once I get this off here, I will show you exactly what I mean. A little piece of tape, but that's okay. We don't need this tape on here, I don't think. Okay, there you go. The cab or the shell is detached. I'm gonna put that there because that comes off. So I put this on the tracks, and I try to give it gas, give it power. The motor here, this motor, these are supposed to spin, right? To spin the shaft thing, and then all the gear, and then right. Well, this just hums and it vibrates like crazy. So that's kind of where we landed. So this is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. He had me check a couple of other things, like if there's burn marks on the decoder or the board, which I did check, and there was none. So that's why I felt confident with that in saying that no, it is not that. So again, never done this before. This is all new to me. And I'm really worried about doing certain things here. So there's your speaker. Oh, the speaker is really cool because it goes right onto these little poles or metal. And I'm assuming, if it's safe to assume, if I undo this, 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 and this, that this whole metal piece should lift right off. So I'm going to try that because that's the most obvious thing here. And if it does not come off as cleanly as that shell in the speaker housing, then I know that I missed a spot. The smoke happened, that the smoke was a one and done thing. It did what it did. I don't know why or how that happened, but that's how you know that it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it sucks because this is brand new, and my luck kind of goes sideways sometimes when it comes to getting stuff brand new. It's either it's going to be great and there's no issues, or it's a flop. But I'm just very thankful that everything is good or going to be okay. Oh, okay. So we got something here. Okay. Okay. So my prediction, as far as the 4 screws was correct. I wish I had slack, but I don't have much slack. So, taking a look here. So, I don't see any sort of indication as to what's going on here with this, like why it did what it did. Does this come out? Does that just, let me take a look at this and see. So this is said to be the replacement motor for that, and it shows that there's 2 screws here. So maybe I missed a spot. Let me take a look. Whoop. Screw number 1. Okay, so let's remove this awesome fuel tank and see what happened. That's metal, and this here is what's holding that in place. So far, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I don't know. I always feel like if I can do this, then anybody can do this, because I know that I'm not like amazing at this. But this is how we take those baby steps to becoming better at stuff, right? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, so that's something. Yeah. So far, I don't see any indication of foul play in the motor or anything else that would be cause for this. You know, just swapping that just like that. I know that my other one here is still attached, and I believe it goes to here because it's a plug, right? So Bowser probably does this. I don't know. I don't open up a lot of locomotives, so this might be biased because it's what I'm doing right this second. But from what I've seen, Bowser's whole thing here with everything being a plug, despite the fact that they're ridiculously hard to get out, it is probably one of the best systems that I have ever seen as far as being able to swap out pieces and fix pieces and all that jazz, because I'm not soldering a darn thing here. Well, we're assuming, Randall, that it was the motor, because everything else works. The sound works, the lights work, everything works. Uh-oh, why does that do that? That shouldn't do that. Ugh. Damn, that's a tight plug. I mean, I could just yank it one time, but it's like, I don't want to break anything any further than it already was. Hey, plumber, how's it going? I'd swear it's stuck, but it's at the same time. Is it though? Because like that would go just like that at that point, right? But it needs to go into, can I get that out of there? No, I can't. Because that's probably just taped right on there. Of course. Can I squeeze it through? Haha. Yes, I can. Or not. Okay, there's some double-sided sticky. Or is that something else? Okay, so that seems to release that. And there we go. Okay. Okay, old motor out. Let us do a song and dance for you, shall we? Okay, this is fun. We're having fun. This is, I mean, you know, sort of, but again, I don't normally do this. This isn't my typical Sunday, but we'll be all right. Now, this is only under the assumption that it is the motor. If it is the motor, great. This will work and it'll start doing its thing again, and I can go back to business as usual. You can release this unit out to whatever. I feel personally like it might be in the truck, but then that's again outside of my jurisdiction. You know, all this is a learning thing. So either way, I gotta do what I gotta do. But okay, so that should feed right back up through there. Voila. I can kind of sit this back on here at this point. And it feels very much like a puzzle, right? Like I don't feel like I'm, you know, like it's a total shot in the dark here. Whoops. Hey, Mark. Happy New Year. Happy New Beard. Okay, sign tells me that this was not for this one. Wah, wah. So it must be this other one. So what was it? Oh, that one was for the, unless that's, yeah, that's still in there. Okay, we're sorting this out. We're gonna fix this and it'll be good. All right, let's put this back in. Okay. Now, if there's any professional DCC guys watching right now, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is probably hard to watch for those people because, like, no, you should be doing it this way. And I was, well, I don't know that. It's my first day. Okay, surprisingly, I got the new motor in, and I'm slowly piecing this thing back together now. Not a lot of pieces, so that's good. And ESU. Everything's better with ESU. Let's see here. Decoder's back in. Bravo. Look, and we still got our little that's our motor wire right here. That's our motor wire. We didn't do too much with that. This is good. Okay, so now this being the speaker housing. Bam. Just like that. Okay, so I'm really worried about this thing here because I still got to get I almost need like a small pair of pliers or something, but I don't want to break this. Darn you. Darn you and your stuckness. Should it be this difficult to get this little piece off of here? Find out when we return. Not sure. But okay, so that I believe this was. Did that go like that? Okay, yeah, that went there. I should probably put this this back on. Let me grab a tool. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna grab a tool and see if I can render this thing, because that's a pain. Okay, I've got a tool. Anybody else keep a blue box with like random stuff in it? I know I do. Look at this, cleaning pads for the CMX cleaning machine, screwdriver, hammer. I was looking for this like the other day. Couldn't find it. Where are you? Okay, I thought it would have been in here. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, well. Okay, let's try something else. Oh, yay, I did it. Hey, see? The plumber, that was all you, man. Me, not so much. I didn't do that. Also, if I had broken it, I would have been like, yeah, that was the plumber. Okay, so I put it into, what the? Oh, okay, that's fine. So those got to go into there. And without breaking anything or bending, come in. Makes me wish my hands weren't shaky. Yeah, yes, success. Okay. Whew. It's a lot of work just for one little smoke show, eh? Does that, okay, so that goes like that. Hey Tim, how's it going? Happy New Year. Rail did a bad thing. He ordered another BNSF Tier 4 Geo from Scale Trains. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, they are nice. I've never owned a Scale Trains before. I'm more of a Intermountain guy, so when the next run of Tier 4s come out from them, which are all the CN Heritage units, I will be buying theirs, and hopefully more than one and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens, but I don't even know really what this part is for. It's really stupid, actually. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like there's four little nubbins there, and I'm pretty sure like this goes like this or something. Let this be the hardest part of this entire thing here. It's probably why it keeps coming off, because it's stupid. Or maybe that goes like that. It does go like that. Okay, so then this should go like that. Okay, so then why is it... So it's supposed to be glued to the inside of the locomotive here. But I guess the glue either came off, came loose, or just doesn't feel like being itself today. Okay, well, do you. So normally I'd want to try this out, but it's not so much the sound and whatnot that I'm worried about. It's just the movement. Okay, and that was literally as easy as plugging it in. So we're gonna tape this back down. I should probably grab a new piece of tape, but I don't really care because that'll all be hidden anyways. I'm not as you can tell, I'm not a perfectionist. So, okay, good. That is in there. Good. So this is going to be a real test of, was the troubleshooting accurate? Was my craftsmanship here taking it apart and putting it back together? Did I make it worse? Did I make it better? Find out on the exciting conclusion of me doing this right now. I think coupler boxes, like doing this whole thing, is really how I started learning how to do this stuff. Because, if you're ever, it's the baby steps. Not only is it the first thing you need to do when, working on a locomotive or even rail cars, like, changing out couplers is like is it safe to say it's the easiest thing you can do? I feel like it is. But, there's a time when we're scared and we don't want to do that stuff. We're like, no, I don't want to break it. I don't want to make it worse. Blah, blah, blah. Totally normal, because I felt that way at one point as well. And then when you get used to changing out couplers and doing all that stuff, especially if you buy a lot of Atlas, you'll be changing couplers like mad when you get Atlas. Nothing against Atlas, but their couplers, different story. Okay, so we're just going to... This thing is kind of neat because it does have a bit of magnetism to it. Whoops. Don't you quit on me. Okay, here we go. Okay, couplers back on, motor swapped out, everything plugged back in. My only issue is where does this go? I forgot a screw. So if the bottom starts, flying and the top part, like in a cartoon where it's because I didn't bolt something down. But I can always go back and I'll take a look. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I want to know if it works though. Do you guys want to see it work? Because I'm really excited to see if the troubleshooting and the waiting and then me taking this thing apart and then putting it back together with a new motor, like this is the old one. Again, I don't see any clear indications here as to, oh wait, did I put the... No. This is the old one. I was gonna say, what if I took the other one out and then just put it right back in, and I was supposed to put this one in? Okay, we're fine. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I might need a minute because I obviously don't have a test track right here. I have to take it over to the layout, so I'm gonna have to move my camera. My laptop only goes so far, so I won't see the chat, but that's okay. You guys know I'm here. That only took, I'm going to say, give or take, because there was a bit of an intro and whatnot, that took about 30 minutes. Kind of remembering where things go, putting in the new motor, putting it back together. 30 minutes. Not a professional at all. But I'm sure there's a way that you could have taken your time and, figured out where this screw goes, but So, give me about a minute, and we're going to go over to the track, and we're going to fire this thing up and see what happens. Thirsty. Okay. You're going to have to come with me on this little voyage here. I've got a extension cable on my camera. All right. That was fairly easy. Just got to tilt it up a little bit. Okay. All right, guys. So, I've got the locomotive on the track here. I'm not sure how much of this you're going to hear. But I'm just going to test it out. I'm going to call it up and going to test it out and see if she moves. If she doesn't, she doesn't. If she does, great. Okay, well, you guys all saw that, right? So with this locomotive, I don't know if you could hear it or not, but basically, it still sounds like it's it's doing something. It's going. It wants to go, but there's something that's preventing it, and I'm pretty sure it's in the trucks. So I'm gonna have to contact Bowser about that to see what they're able to do, because even with a brand new motor in here, obviously it makes the sounds, it makes, the lighting, like I showed you guys, the lights on the front, they all light up and everything. Everything is technically great. Everything is solid with it. But the trucks, there's something, and I don't know if it's the back truck or front truck or something. I don't know. I don't know at that point. because when you get into the trucks and the gears and all that, the smaller stuff, I'm personally like, even doing this was not that great. Like I'm okay with doing it, but it was still something that I was very unsure of. But makes for a fun live, right? But yeah, I was very unsure about that. Yeah, I'm very not too. I'm wondering if it's this one. Because the smoke did come from the back. So it very well could be this truck here. Oh, you can't see that. This truck here. Like, or even that this wheel set is what I'm thinking. It narrows it down a lot. And even though, yes, I am disappointed that, I still have to wait and get this thing looked at again. And I think, yeah, it is frustrating, but it's like, what can you do, right? It's all part of the hobby, right? You get something, it either works or it doesn't, and you try a couple of things, even troubleshooting. Like I troubleshoot for a living as far as with my full-time job. So doing something like this here, it's all part of it, and I get that. So I don't blame Bowser for something like this. It could just be a defective part, really. I've had a lot of Bowser products over the years, and they still remain one of my top favorite manufacturers of locomotives. They got some good rolling stock too, but it's not as high quality as the locomotives. And the detail, and I don't know if you guys could hear it, but the sound on this thing is amazing, right? So, but I'm very frustrated with having to wait. I hate waiting. That's my only thing, right? Like I don't know how many times I've mentioned to Mike and James about, like, I can't wait for this SD60. I can't wait. It's going to be here soon, but I can't wait. I want it now. You see a video about it and you're like, I want it now. So it's just how it is, right? But yeah, a little annoyed, but it is what it is. And who knows? I might even weather this thing. That'd be cool, right? This one here, I found a picture of it online, and not a lot of weathering to it. I know that the top for sure needs to be blackened a bit from the smoke and whatnot. Maybe spot dirty along the side there, but otherwise it's a very good locomotive. I love these units. And I mean, even Athearn put out this exact same locomotive at a higher cost, and it's not even as good as this one. So yeah, check out the Bowser SD40-2s. They also, Bowser just announced more of the dash 2s, dash 2Fs, and the red barns. They yeah, whole bunch of CP ones coming, O&R ones. I still have another O&R one out there. They all work fine, but yeah, for some reason, pick of the litter here, right? So what can you do? What can you do? Hey, Missile Hunter, how's it going? Dan's Model Railroading. John, Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's. Not a big show today. I didn't really think that there would be much of a turnout because, well, especially Artie. Thought he would have been hungover from last night. But yeah, no, it is what it is. But we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted, as I always do with, obviously stuff like this. And I think that this opens up another door of possibilities for things that I can do, because now that I am becoming a bit more confident with being able to take a locomotive apart, maybe you might start doing some decoder installs and other stuff like that. And as for weathering, I mean, I've been weathering some bigger price tag cars lately. My caboose is one of them. I mean, it's $100 caboose, and then some auto racks as well. So I'm slowly working my way up to weathering locomotives, and I want to bank so many hours. Every time I work on some cars, I want to feel like I'm putting in my hours before I get to this point here, because especially with a locomotive, right? Like $300 for one of these, Canadian anyways. I don't know how much it is in the US, probably about the same converted, but 300 Canadian. Sometimes the Bowsers are about 290, 280, something like that, depending on what you get. But yeah, very nice, very nice look. Just wish it ran. Let's see. I was going to work on my shop extension. Oh, I'm not doing a long show today. I think I'm going to be cutting it off soon, Bubs. I wanted to do this motor swap out. Like I said, I wasn't really expecting a big crowd today. Just kind of, pop in, do one of these, and then next week we'll continue on, and we'll keep going with it. Hey, James, how's it going? I shocked myself and successfully installed a Tsunami 2 sound decoder in a Bachmann locomotive, and it works right. I'm just shocked. Yeah, I've never really been good with electrical stuff. I can wire a layout for DC or DCC operations. Dave Co showed me how to add LED indicators, which is good. That's very helpful for the layout. Adding switches to activate or deactivate things. Even when it comes to lighting, when I add lighting to the layout, I just use the Woodland Scenic stuff because it's already all done for me. Capacitors and all that. So the less I can, have the opportunity to mess up, the better. And I think even swapping out the motor, because that's what I did here for you guys today, swapping out a motor in a locomotive, as easy as the Bowser is to take apart and whatnot, it's a good stepping stone. So when it comes to other locomotive brands, some might not be as easy, but it's definitely something I can, work off of, because if I was going to start with something, I might as well start with something easy, right? I do tend to buy my locomotives with a sound and whatnot already installed, so that I don't have to go through all this. But in some cases, I mean, it might not be the case. You buy something that might be a little bit older that's not available now, and you do want to have sound in there. I mean, most of my stuff is sound, but so doing something like that, very, very neat. Confidence, it's in the plus right now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out to hey, what the, and let them know that our best efforts weren't our best efforts, and might need either a truck swap, or if you can do a whole loco swap, chassis or something, and then I can just Frankenstein it together and do something. I need to do something with it, because got to put it in service, right? There's nothing worse than having like a pile of dead locomotives and not being able to do anything with them, especially after paying $300 for it. So yeah, Randall, honestly, like it was fairly straightforward, and most like even the decoder, all the parts for the decoder, including the speaker, all have this little plug, and it's pre-wired. The only thing is when I pulled this off, there was a little like this is like the male. There was a female plug, and the female plug is supposed to be stuck to the board, and that came off because there's two pins coming up, and it's supposed to sit on there like that, right? But after I got the female plug off of this one, I plugged it to the other motor, and then I plugged it right to the board. And as far as I know, it should technically work, but I'm pretty sure that because of the trucks, I'm going to go ahead and say it's the back trucks. That's my guesstimate. He thought it was, he thought it might have been the decoder, but there was no burn marks. And obviously, if it still makes sounds and noise, I chalk that up to a win. But yeah. So if you guys, in the future, if you're ever thinking, well, it's not just about buying a locomotive, it's about how can I maintain this locomotive? How can I upgrade this locomotive? Would something like buying a Bowser, which isn't as complex of a connection compared to, let's say, I don't know, because I also buy Rapido. Some of their shells are just ridiculous to get off of the chassis. I can't even, this was 2 screws. It was literally just coupler, lifts off. Needed access to the motor, 1 screw, take off the fuel tank. And then 2 screws on the inside, loosens the motor. That's literally all that was. But everything is a quick plug, basically, on the inside to the board. And then the decoder comes off. Everything was neat. No 50,000 wires going, no spider nest or anything like that. Would that deter you from buying something like an Athearn or something like a Rapido or Broadway Limited, or I don't know what else we got? Whatever. But yeah, very easy to take apart, put back together. 30 minutes, and I was able to do a motor swap. Probably be even less time if you're doing a board swap or decoder swap. A lot less to do. So that's something to think about in the future when you guys are buying locomotives. What does it take to maintain? What does it take to swap out parts or make it better, upgrade, stuff like that. But I was happy. I was happy with the overall result of that, except for the fact that it still doesn't work. It still works, but not in the way that I want it to. Either way. Let's see. Artie, sure, no problem. Track said Mike will do it. Let me add mine to it. If the trucks are not. But then the front truck should still be turning too. That's true. They should all be turning. Unless some of them are turning and not all of them. Actually, Lee said something about how the wheels don't turn freely for whatever reason. However, like I'm able to go back and forth with these, right? They don't spin freely, but I'm able to, kind of like rock the wheels back and forth. But these here don't move at all. These do not move. So that's right. Yeah, I was just going to say that. Thank you. That's why I think it's the back truck, because it's there's something going on right here. I can smell it. There's something going on right here, and it's not good. But yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna do something with this truck. I'll let Lee know. And I mean, it's New Year's Day. I don't really expect a response or anything to happen right away. But been dealing with this for a little over a month, going on 2 months, I think. And it's about time we get this thing back on the rails where it belongs. Yeah. But that being said, I just wanted to do a short show today. I wanted to do just like, I didn't know how long this would actually take, and it took a half hour, which is good. But at the same time, doing this for an hour just to say, hey, Happy New Year's, everybody, and wishing you all the best this year, and we'll see you real soon. Thank you so much to everybody who joined in today. Lots of new faces and continuing support from already pre-existing crew members and subscribers. I'm working on the. There's a link down below. You'll see when you go to my page. A whole bunch of T-shirts and hoodies and whatnot. I did link my Teesprings account with my channel. Didn't know I could do that before, but now I do. All right, I figured out how to do it. If you guys are interested in any GVO merch, that's the place to find it. Order your size and whatnot. My recommendation is, let's say if you're normally a large, go extra large, and if you're an extra large, go always go one size up. I don't know if they shrink that much. I know I grow, but my shirts don't shrink, so it's a little, one of those situations. But all the guys wear the GVO shirt that has there's a logo that I use. It's basically you're looking down the center of cars in a yard, and it says GVO After Dark on it. There's a couple of different versions, and the guys love their shirts. I always see them wearing it, and Bubs has a hoodie as well with a smaller logo to it. So nothing says, I love GVO After Dark like sporting the T-shirt or the hoodie. So show your support, and get yourself some warm gear for the winters ahead. Also, I think I do have a couple of T-shirts on there, which has my banner logo with the O&R locomotive, and it says GVO After Dark, or not GVO. It says Go VR, Go Home on those. For that, you'll always see in most of my videos, like the beginning and the end credits. The logo on my hoodie started peeling a bit. Uh-oh. You'll have to show me that. See what you got merchandise. Yeah, I think I've always had merchandise. I even have a Patreon, but I never, I don't ever push that stuff. I make it accessible. If you want it, you got it, but I don't ever push it. So, but now, it's readily available. I'm going to work on some new gear and whatnot for the new year. For some reason, it shows a couple of shirts that are just a plain black shirt with nothing on it, or there's a mug with nothing on it. But I never created anything like that. So I think that it's supposed to load so many pictures, and it just keeps loading the same pictures over and over again. So just make sure you kind of like pick the one you want that way, or just go to the GVO store overall, and then check out the different gear and whatnot that you can get. Either way, Bubs, reach out to me about that. Let me see what I can do about that for you. And anybody else, just follow the link there. That's at the on my landing page, my homepage of my page. But I'll update that soon, and I'll add more cool graphics for you guys. And obviously, if you do get something, don't forget to take a picture and send it to me. Let me know that you got it and everything, and that you're satisfied. So, but until next time, I think we've got Trackside Mike is tomorrow night, and he will have a special guest. You might know him. I know him. We'll see them tomorrow night at 7 o'clock over on Trackside Mike's channel. And the prizes for the people who got back to me will be going out very shortly. I guess within this week. And that's about it. I think Tim is Thursday. they make it like that. Hopefully he's moved in and all that, and he's able to do a live. Looks like he's got his work cut out for him. But if anything changes, if he can't go live and I need to switch weeks for Third Rail Thursday, then of course I'll let you know, or you'll see the pop-up. Make sure you hit the little bell thingy so that you're notified if one of us goes live or when we go live. And then we'll be back next Sunday where I'll work on a kit or do some graffiti or take a locomotive apart and put it back together, I guess. Anyways, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm gone. I'm out. I'm out. I'm going. I got stuff to do. Have a good night.